Oh yeah, let's flip that around. There we go, Mike. Good boy. All right, everyone. We have a double feature for you this week, probably gonna be 2 episodes, just coming back to back.
This is emergency pod.
We had an emergency pod. We had a emergency Jackson Dart film breakdown. I had some shit that I saw on film, and I was like, Michael, come down. We gotta talk about this. Jackson Dart.
First overall.
I'd say floor 15, ceiling first.
Yeah. Floor Patrick Mahomes.
Ceiling Deshaun Watson off the field. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll probably just title the episode Luka or some shit. Like, I know there's other trades to talk about, but this is the craziest shit we've ever seen in our life.
What the fuck?
I woke up. I fell asleep early as I do, and I woke up at 5:30 as I normally do, and I had a bunch of missed calls from Mike, texts in all caps.
Yeah.
And being like, yo, let's figure this out. And I'm honestly glad that you didn't come over that night, because the whole pod just would have been us going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that we have the dust settling a little bit.
Yeah. And another trade to kind of space it up a little bit too.
Yeah, another trade. Like, we got some talking to do. We might end up hitting an hour just because of how crazy all this shit is.
Yeah, this is wild.
And I do want to do more Super Bowl focus for the next one either way, so we might as well just get all this shit off our chest. Hopefully, I mean, we'll definitely have more info by our next episode too, so we'll touch it for sure. Man, you're gonna be late. I'm getting your text from last weekend about me being late for work.
That was 2 days ago.
I know. 2 days. So last weekend. I don't fucking know. When Luka gets traded, days run into days, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I mean, so Mike, give him a rundown. I guess if you don't watch sports, give him a rundown for the trade, I guess.
All right. Yeah. PJ Tucker to the Jazz.
Yeah.
No. So Luka, out of fucking nowhere, got traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick. Very undervalued. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Apparently, the reasoning was because he's fat.
Which is...
Getting fat, whatever.
Not a problem anymore.
Which for him is literally like, okay.
I'm not even playing... It really makes you, wonder, what is his diet? Because, dude...
It's that Whataburger.
Bro, the only way that I'm, fine if unless was eating fucking light bulbs consistently. If they were yo,
he's eating batteries.
If they were this is the 5th time we've told him to stop eating light bulbs and he didn't, then I'd be all right, fine. This trade, I guess you have to. Yeah, that's the only time that they're Luka, we found light bulbs in your locker room again. This is the last time.
Bites out of an apple.
I mean, okay, and here's what I want to start off with, and you probably know the deal if you're watching this episode, but I don't agree with them at all about the whole Luka being fat. Terrible. I disagree with them, but okay, I see it. I see what they see. I'm okay, they thought Luka was a problem, and then they're okay, we just dodged our biggest bullet. We don't have to pay him, and I couldn't disagree with it more. But okay, in theory, I'm okay, I get what you're trying to do. Yeah. Them not really shopping, them not leaking it, not shopping it. Still, at the moment, we could find out more. I have no idea. It makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, there's multiple.
Zero fucking sense. And apparently, and I don't know if this is this isn't double source, but apparently they went to another team and they declined. And we'll find out eventually about what, all that shit.
Who that is, yeah.
Yeah, who that is, what happened. The only possible way I could see that this, kind of makes sense is if, the league-wide, Luka was hated. Yeah. League-wide, he was, a problem. But, that doesn't seem to be the case.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it's the case, within his teammates even. A lot of his teammates speak highly of him. Kyrie probably loved him. At least,
Kyrie, he turned Kyrie normal again.
Yeah,
Kyrie's normal again.
Yeah, we saw him bring them to the finals last year. This isn't just,
This is,
This is a generational player that they just ditched for practically nothing.
This goes without saying we've never seen something like this before.
No.
Like, never. Like, the thing that people compare this to is, like, the Pau Gasol trade, and, like, this doesn't even, like, lick, like, a pube. Like, this doesn't even, like, didn't even get close to it. Like, this is, like, obviously the Pau Gasol trade was, like, whoa, crazy. And, like, you and me weren't even live. Like, it's just, like, from legend. Like, we were live, but, like, I'm saying, like, we're babies. But fucking, like, from, like, we hear, like, the legend of that. This is, like, this, when you texted me that, I thought I was having a fever dream.
No,
like,
I saw it when I saw it come down on my phone. I was like,
it
what
was
the
all
fuck?
I could think. I had work. It was all I could think about.
I thought
all morning.
everyone thought Shams was hacked because
The first thing that happened, it wasn't like, damn, this trade's crazy. It was like, holy shit, like, check on Shams. Like,
what's his password?
Yeah, what's his password?
Someone said his password is K Adams 123. I was like, oh, okay, that dude hacked.
That's hilarious.
No, it's like that shit you don't believe. One in a million, like a million times, you don't think that's real.
Yes,
like that's not a thing that anyone fucking thought of, and like just to see it at fucking 1 a.m. Like what the fuck?
Insane. So, I want to get in, and one of the reasons why I'm glad that you and me didn't have like instant reactions to this.
Yeah.
Was because first of all, I think everyone's instant reaction has been the exact same. It's
what
been
the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's mine.
All over and over again. I'm glad that we can actually look at this with like a more measured eye. Like I guess because like. Oh, like the first thing I did was like the Mavs are the worst run franchise of all time now, and then I still kind of feel that way, but like also like I want to be a little bit more positive on the Mavs aspect than I would have been. I still like, yes, this sucks, but like, and I do like also do you remember after the Jerry Sandusky shit leaked and then all the Penn State players were allowed to just hit the transfer portal? If you're a Mavs fan, this is like equivalent to the Jerry Sandusky shit. Like you're allowed to hit the transfer portal.
I've seen a lot of it on Twitter.
Like you can team swap. I hate team swapping. I despise people that team swap.
This is justifiable.
Like you're good. Like honestly, if like you're like, oh, I was a Mavs fan and this, like you get the pass. That's the one time I'm just like, that's cool. That's chill. Have your fun. Like this is fine.
Like go follow Luka.
Yeah, I maybe don't jump to the Lakers, please, because like
that's an obvious choice.
Yeah, like I'd say like if you honestly, it would be so respected. Like if you're like a Mavs fan, you're like, yeah, like I just jumped to the Kings real quick. We have like the Charlotte pick or whatever. Have fun. Like,
or you stay in Texas.
Stay in Texas. Yeah, go to the Rockets. I don't know. Like you could just. The world is yours right now.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe stay away from LA though, because it's just hard to like really prove that you're really a fan. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. It's like the Cowboys and the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's just kind of like let's find something. Let's get a little original. I'd say a little bit.
Pick the Clippers is what we're saying.
Yeah, it's just anything. It's just honestly anything.
You've got to feel some struggle at some point in your fandom.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be this dark. Like this is dark.
This is dark.
This is dark. Like this is heartbreaking.
And it's not even. It's crazy because we're like saying that with like about a team that's still like run by Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. But it's just like
I know. But
I know what you mean.
And like here when you make this trade, it's championship or bust, and it's not just that. It's probably like if you don't win back to back, the only way that they were like that was worth it is if like they went back to back finals. Like then still Luka could probably just like take the Lakers to like
5
extraordinary feats.
Shit,
yeah, I'm saying like, and like I get it. Like he's 25. Like so here's what's obvious to me. This is how the Mavericks viewed Luka. They viewed him as someone that can take you there but can't win you it.
After one time.
And no, and this is me saying what they're saying. I'm not. I disagree with all this, but like,
yeah, I do too.
Because like he didn't play defense in the finals, and like all that shit. Like is like this in their mind. It's like okay, like we need to get out of the Luka Doncic because like before we give him all the money in the world and because they are like there was no chance of them adding another star. Like
no, there wasn't.
They're out of picks for the future. They're out of.
They invested a lot of shit into PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving, and Daniel Gafford and all that.
Our opinion is Luka's probably the third to second best player in the league.
Yes, probably 3 at this point.
Like
3 or 4, yeah.
He's probably someone who doesn't need a superstar next to him, but like everyone needs kind of Kyrie was perfect, and they went to the fucking finals. Like
yeah,
I can't believe just saying like still trying to like rationalize this. It was like. They were just in the finals 8 months ago, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about the defense part is like they made those moves at the trade deadline last year.
They had 4 excellent defenders around Luka.
Yeah, they went from like a bottom 10 defense to I think I watched a video yesterday. They said it was Kenny. He said the 7th best defense in the league. That's what they went to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why was that? You really thought the defense wasn't good? That you thought it was bad enough to where you had to fucking do something like that drastic and get rid of a top 4 player in the league? That's just not justifiable. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's insane.
And like what you said earlier with the not shopping him, I know there was one team that didn't say it, like they wanted him or whatever. The other 28 would have maybe entertained something. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go, oh, we're trading the fucking maybe best player in the league at some point to like not even giving anyone a chance to like, you know, put in a bidding war for him and then like getting the most you can, because they didn't get a good package for him at all.
They did not. That's the thing. So you look at the Durant. Okay, and like I get now, like I do kind of get, because like the only thing I do get is like, okay, you want win now players, you want a win now star. It's like you don't want the Durant package if you're them, just because you don't obviously yes you'll take the first, but you want a star. Like you want a star. You don't take the Durant package. Like, you know, like as much as like we like, you know, like Mikal Bridges went for 5 first rounders and then this happened. Like, you don't want the Mikal Bridges package if you're but you want stars and picks. I'm just confused on like, I don't know, man. Like, okay, it's like, so let's say this, and like we'll talk about the Spurs later, but like say the Spurs get the call that Luka's available. Do you not? So you're telling me you don't give up Castle, Sohan, and then like 4 firsts? The Spurs are still doing that in a heartbeat. They're not like, no, like they do it right away.
Yeah, you pair Luka and Wemby together for fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, like it's insane. Like, and like other teams with like stars, like I don't even know.
Like I said, the Rockets obviously, like they're kind of, you have all these young assets and all these picks of like bad teams. Yeah. That you could have just shipped to Luke for Luke. Like I'd give Jalen Green away in a heartbeat.
Oh, Jalen Green,
Cam
Jabari, Whitmore first.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd say that's still probably not enough if you're trying to win now. Yeah. Like that's the thing. Like the thing about Davis that does make sense is he's win now. Like, and like, but like I understand, like that's your best chance to win now from what I could tell. I guess like I don't know, man. Like, bro, like would the Bucks not trade Giannis?
I don't know. There was some discussions about it earlier.
Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I just don't know. Like Luka is. Like, okay, there's 2 dudes I would not trade. 3 dudes I would not trade. I wouldn't trade Jokic 1 for 1, even though there's like the age factor. I still just wouldn't trade him 1 for 1. Would not trade Wembanyama 1 for 1 for Luka, and I probably wouldn't trade Shea 1 for 1. So that's it. That's it. I would do Ant 1 for 1. Like
that's easy.
Yeah, like I would do Tatum 1 for 1.
I think the Celtics would, yeah.
Yeah, like this is insane. This is insane. Like, this is just like a guy that was truly, by the definition of the word, untouchable. And I know that, like, you know, the untouchable is like now completely different because, like, you know, I thought AD was untouchable before this too. Like, it's just insane. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of like shifted like what the meaning of that word is. Like, you know, like we've seen like trade discussions of like not as bigger names as like Luka. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like I saw earlier, like before the season started, there was like the Sengun, you know, kind of getting and the Rockets deemed him untouchable. You know what I mean? Like there's guys like that like they're younger. Yeah. So you want to base like what you want to get for them under like their potential, not like just what you've seen. Luka, we've seen him elevate a team to the finals. I mean, yeah, he wasn't the best. He's not a good defender. We get that. Yeah. But he's not.
That's it, though.
That's it. Like, that's it. Yeah. He's literally the best. He's probably the best volume scorer in the league.
What we've seen from him, like, so they're like, he's pushing 270. But, dude, he's 6'7". Like, if I was pushing 270, then it's like, yeah, that sucks.
Get it together.
Yeah, but, like, he's 6'7". Like, yes, that's bigger. Like, but he's 6'7". You can be 270.
And it's worked in his favor this whole time.
Yes,
like,
he's a mega athlete. Like, he's insane. And people are like, oh, we have conditioning issues. And yes, he, like, does get hurt a little bit more. It's not like he's been like Zion. He's been on the court. We watched him just play all of the playoffs. And yes, like dealing with injuries and everything, and like yes, it probably is frustrating. Like like imagine if he just conditioned and was healthy, all of it. Like, but that's it. That's as far as that goes. Like, damn, imagine. Like,
and that makes no sense because you just traded for another injury-prone star in Anthony Davis.
Yes,
he's literally like
bro,
up until like 2 years ago, he hasn't been healthy.
If you told me, Luka ended up playing more games the rest of the season than AD, I would not be shocked. Like that's like you know what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't be like, whoa, like this is insane.
He's just ran into a few like unfortunate injuries because he is like he's a physical player for like what he is.
Yes.
Like he's not, he's not.
Which is one of the reasons why he's bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that also, it works to his advantage because he's able to score better in the paint, which I mean at 6'7" he should be able to anyway.
Yeah.
But he's built like Jokic, just shorter, pretty much. Like it's the same player at guard. Like it's crazy.
I'm speechless just because like, I mean he hasn't even hit his prime. That's the thing that's crazy to me. It's like. Now, if like we find out that like he has the Christian Watson hamstring issue or something, they're like they're like 1 foot built weird. Like, I mean, like we have to find out.
Like, damn, he can't put the cheeseburgers down, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, even that I'd be okay with. Like,
bro, he lives in Texas. What do you want?
Yeah, like, dude, like if he truly does have a cheeseburger problem, I still wouldn't give him up for that trade at all. Like, it's still insane. Like,
no.
It is insane,
and
dude.
at least like from the Lakers, you've got to ask for like I told you this. I was like, don't at least get Austin Reeves or something out of this.
Yeah.
Like I get it. He's great. Anthony Davis is still a top 15 player in the league.
Yeah.
But you can't just go and like say you're win now and get the worst player in the trade. Like the worst out of the 2 stars in the trade. Sorry, there's Max Christie on this. I can't say AD's the worst player, but like
and like they said like what is it? Their GM came out and said we're better to win now and in the future.
That makes no sense.
That is not true. Just because you have a worse player now and you have a worse player in the future. That is true.
Anthony Davis is owed. I think it's $58 million next year and $62 the year before if he accepts his player option.
He also declined his trade kicker of
so that does help them.
That helps the Mavericks.
But he'll be at the end of that player option. He'll be 35.
Yes.
Anthony Davis at 35 or Luka at 28.
Yes.
Really
insane, bro. Like, I mean the only way that we don't look back on this is like psychotic is if they win back-to-back finals and they won't. But like,
they won't.
Yeah. This is insane.
The West is not easy.
Yeah.
And you just made it harder by trading Luka to the fucking Lakers.
Yeah. No, like imagine if like the Lakers and Mavericks like have to play in the playoffs. Like,
which I'm dead ass could happen.
Which could happen. Like this is just insane. I mean the Spurs because like now the Spurs are in it. Like they're gonna compete. Like they're like so. I mean the everything just got shook.
Yeah.
Like all of this like contender shit. Like. Are you confident in any team now? Like I'd say probably the Thunder are probably still like the best team.
The Thunder in the West, yeah. I mean,
and but I could see any team losing now because imagine like I think that the Thunder handle business probably no matter what if I had to guess. But like, okay, like are you confident that the Rockets don't lose first round to the Lakers? Are you confident that the Rockets don't lose first round to the Spurs?
No, especially because Luka fucking torches us.
Yeah, like Luka torches, but also like say like the Rockets draw the Spurs first round. Are you like 100% that you yes, I have the Rockets in that finals
right now,
in that one, but like I would like if you were like the Spurs 1-6, I would not be like no, like I'd be like
I mean to be fair, we just lost to the fucking Nets yesterday, so like,
but like this is the regular season, but like I could just see like I mean you have now Fox and like I don't even want to like let's not touch the Spurs trade yet, like let's keep talking about this Luka shit just because like do you think hold up. Gotta give myself some fucking space.
No free ads.
Do you think I forget what I was gonna say. I don't know. I had something in my mind that was like probably important.
It's all just like everything's just
there's just so together. Oh no, I wanted to say the Brian Windhorst story, the Brian Windhorst aspect of it is like this is like this is a true. Brian Windhorst apparently after he talked all that shit about Luka during the finals and basically being like Luka lost them this game, saying like Luka's losing them the finals and everything. A bunch of fans were mad and apparently he said not one Mavs, not anyone associated with like the Mavs front office or anything texted him saying he was wrong about that.
Yeah, which is not a good look.
Which is like telling. So apparently, like I think they were very mad after the finals.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently this has been cooking for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Which is crazy because it's been completely silent.
Yeah, I know.
Like complete silence about it.
I know, this is weird. Like you usually like we said, usually like with a guy like this, like even the Nets, when they traded KD, they shopped him.
Yeah.
Again, he's not 25 at his peak, like, you know, but you usually would hear rumblings of this.
Yeah.
Like with like De'Aaron Fox, we heard shit multiple times.
So De'Aaron Fox, I'd say the Kings just got a really good deal for De'Aaron Fox, and was it 2 weeks ago they're opening to trade in De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
The Mavs would, if they would have done that, if they would have done today, saying the Mavs are opening to trading Luka Doncic, they would get a panic deal from someone too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who, like, bro, like, if I found, like, say, like, the Luka Doncic business is open, and then I find out the Pacers didn't even try, I would be pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like, every team, to at least satisfy their fan base, has to be like, yeah, we made a phone call.
Yeah,
at
like
that point.
that's like you can't just go.
This is malpractice.
Like, it's
bro.
rare that a guy this, you know, at
And
this
apparently,
level
what's his last name?
Harrison.
Nico Harrison
Nico
and
Collins.
Rob Pelinka. Yeah, I called him Nico Collins earlier. But Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka apparently have been friends for like 20 years. I guess this is like a deal you make with your buddy, but like, I
They
guess
did this playing dice apparently.
and then in Nico Harrison's mind, he's like, I just dodged a bullet. That's like what he probably has.
And Rob took the best bullet you could ever take.
And like he's just like, dude, like, yeah, throw it on me, like, shoot me
1 million times,
a million more times.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea, bro.
I mean, Lakers fans, congrats. I mean, I guess.
Oh, I mean, if you, so yeah, I mean,
I want
I want to keep talking about the trade aspect just real quick before we talk about the future, because like with like I just want to, because like this, I mean, there's like so many layers to this.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to say is, so like, Luka, so the Mavericks are blaming Luka on losing them the finals, basically.
Pretty much, yes.
That's what the mindset is. It's like everyone played defense, Luka didn't play defense, we lost. Luka was so fucking hurt, and okay, that could go back to the conditioning thing. He was hurt, he gutted, he was like playing hurt and throwing up 35 on motherfuckers.
He put his health on the line to do what he did in that.
Dude, you think so? This is basically saying you give him a max contract, and you're saying at no point within the next 8 years he locks in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another aspect of this trade is they gave him they took the Lakers 2031 pick, basically just hoping that like Luka Doncic is a psychopath. You think so? Luka Doncic basically in 2031 is like, oh, this team that called me fat and everything, they bet that I wouldn't be good. He's gonna have a monster season.
He might.
Now, if you bet the overs for everything on Luka Doncic,
he might score 100 against the Mavs.
He might dead ass average like 50 points in 2031. Like dead ass, like he's like, oh, they called me fat. They said I lost in the finals. I'm going to make sure that pick is like he'll win the finals that year.
He'll be 6'7", like 250 of just pure fucking
just
like,
muscle and dick.
He's gonna be built like fucking. Like, I don't even know.
Oh, you like, dude?
Derrick
he's gonna
Henry.
have a 6-pack that year.
He's gonna be built like Derrick Henry.
It's gonna be insane. Bro, and that's the one thing also like. Dude, like the competitor that Luka is, it's not someone you find again. Like,
no, it's not.
Him talking about "go home, motherfuckers," like talking to the Timberwolves fans. Like this shit, like you don't find Luka again. You don't. Like you don't find. He's a competitive psychopath. Like he's a psychopath.
And not even just like the fucking like mindset he has. It's also like the fact of like what kind of player he is. You don't find 6'7" guards that can like. I mean, yeah, he's a defensive liability.
Yeah, you don't find his physical. You don't find his physical, but like the physical and the mental, you don't find. You did not get that you did not get that in Anthony Davis. You did not get a fucking psychopath in Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
like
again.
You have like the Lakers now have a fucking psycho, and I'll probably think later, but should I not want to talk? But now I'm officially ready to talk about the Lakers. Yes, they have. I mean, is there any world that you ever say no to this trade?
No.
Like,
Unless Anthony Davis had a gun to your head.
How much more, like, So the fact they didn't even take dude, they didn't even I guess they wanted defense, but they didn't even take Reeves on a good contract.
Or like Rui or
I would have
I would ask for Connect.
I would have asked for Reeves just for the trade chip. Just being let's take Reeves and then also let's market Reeves.
He also fills a position.
Yeah, but say they didn't want Reeves at all, I would have taken him just because his contract's so good. Teams want Reeves. That was the one thing that a lot of people were coming out as okay, the Lakers are gonna, if they're gonna make any move, dude. The Lakers a week ago, you and me were dude, what? They're fucked. We're there's nothing there. And they don't have other picks. The only problem I have is it's not the Luka conditioning thing. I think he's gonna be fine. The only problem I have is getting Luka assets will be crazy. They have.
It'll be tough.
They have,
Bronny.
They have the 2029 pick and that's it. That's it. That's crazy. That's crazy. The Mavs didn't get the 2020. I'm blown away. They didn't get that pick.
I know. You think?
Do you know it'd be so funny if they asked for it and Plinka said no? Do you know how funny that would be if Plinka's wait, chill. That would be hilarious.
Nah, that's too
that
much,
would
bro.
be the biggest dick move ever. I'm no, you're gonna give me Luka, and I'm not giving that shit up. But
you gotta show.
So you have the 2029 pick, and you have Reeves as a piece. You
still have LeBron.
Obviously, LeBron,
whenever he retires.
You're not getting any future assets for him probably. But we don't know. But
they also said they're not trading him now.
Oh, they said they're not trading him?
They're before the deadline. No, it'd be probably if they did. I don't think this ever they didn't mention this, but it'd probably be after the season if they did.
Yeah.
They said they're not trading him now, so which makes sense. I mean,
the only thing that would have made sense is the Warriors thing was in play, and then you get Kuminga, and then Kuminga develops in a co-star, I guess. Yeah. But Kuminga probably wouldn't be good with Luka. Now I think about at all.
I don't know. He probably would.
I mean, Luka is just a great player.
He's an elevator.
He's an elevator.
He elevates literally everyone.
Man. This isn't. I cannot. Michael, I can't believe this just happened. I still what is it? We've had
roughly
20 hours of this. So I'm still just what the fuck, man? This is insane. The Lakers just got a get out of jail free card. The craziest get out of jail free card.
Rob Pelinka just saved his job for the next 10 years.
Yes, and it has nothing to do with him. The dude was what would you do if I tried to trade you Luka? Apparently that's what went down.
Yeah, I told you.
It was you and me fucking around. One thing I said to you after this happened, I was Mike, if you pitch this trade to me on the pod, I'd be Mike's not taking this shit serious. If you're what would you who says no? And I'd be the Mavs say no, and Mike, this that wasn't even funny.
We're done.
That was just done. You just wasted.
We're not friends. We're not doing the pod.
You just wasted my time. The fact that this just happened in a multi-billion-dollar industry just is blowing my mind.
Yeah, dude. And there's people asking for the veto. Some people were saying oh, David Stearns would come up from hell and try to veto this. I was okay.
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy? The first domino effect. The first domino in this is Cuban becoming a minority owner.
Yeah, I don't.
Because Cuban says no. Cuban says no. Cuban loved Luka.
Cuban said he'd rather divorce his wife than fucking let this happen.
Cuban, this is crazy. Anything was in play when Cuban, I guess, as far as I'm not saying there were no rumblings. People were yeah, the Luka extension's coming up and we don't know if he'll sign. He hasn't came out and been I want to stay in Dallas forever. He hasn't came out and said that. But as far as just an uppercut of just being whoa, this is the craziest shit ever. Because my first reaction was he had to have been trade me to the Lakers, no one else, and also I'm also holding out or something that was the only way dude the fact that didn't happen.
Yeah, I know.
I'm blown away.
Jimmy Butler's causing more of a fucking hysterics than this.
This is yeah he didn't even get the shit started. He could have done any he didn't even know. But man, so yeah, the Lakers. So as far as getting Luka assets, because now it's you're on Luka's timeline, you're not on LeBron's timeline, which is crazy.
That helps, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've also I saw this. It's kind of crazy how they've gone from star to star constantly.
This
they
is
went
insane.
They went from Kareem to Magic to Kobe to LeBron.
This is insane. With very obviously they had the Nick Young years or whatever.
And then but you still had Kobe.
Yeah.
And you throw in you even have a lot of co-stars with that. Kareem and Magic played together.
Yeah.
Kobe played with Shaq.
Anthony Davis played with fucking LeBron, and now
AD played
Luka's
with LeBron.
playing with LeBron.
Yeah, like these are all like they're all like coinciding. Like you had like the James Worthy, Elgin Baylor years. You had Wilt before Kareem.
Yeah,
like, dude, this is fucking nuts.
This is insane.
I don't want to hear shit from Lakers fans about how you have it rough. Okay, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Insane. This is insane.
Because that is one of the luckiest things. Like even if they're not
so now
good,
it went from like championship window was 2 years ago, and then like you can delusionally like you can. Okay, there we go. All right, we're back. But yeah, fucking I mean, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm gonna be out of camera. I'm gonna be comfy to be out of frame. Oh yeah, Mike, look. There we go.
just move the camera a little bit.
You move it. Man, you really don't know. Did you pay any attention to Mr. Russell's class? You want to move the actual camera.
Him and Ryan were too busy arguing about Trump and
yeah.
shit. Am I in? Okay.
There we go. You are in. I mean, you just have zero knowledge. You have.
I didn't fucking pay attention.
That's insane.
And start.
No, we're gonna keep all that in because the people need to know how fucking what I'm working with. Because like you drive, I'm not even playing like.
The only effort I put in is driving an hour and a half.
The only way that this would make sense if it was like if like they came out publicly and they're like the effort that Luka's put into his body is the effort that Michael Fiotto puts into this fucking podcast, and then I'd be like, okay, I'd do it, and like and I'd sell. This is selling. I'd say like Davis and all that. That's selling high. Like they sold high.
You're trading me for Anthony Davis.
I would trade you for Anthony Davis. Would be a better pod partner than you. Did you see his prank show?
He probably would. Yeah.
What if this is all a prank? What if this is part of the prank show?
That'd be good.
That would be. I'm not even playing. Anthony Davis would like, as far as entertainers, he would go like he'd be above Cat Williams. Like that's where like I.
If this was fake, yeah.
Yeah, if this was all fake and it's like all of his prank show, I'd be like, dude, it's
the
you.
Lakers next game. He's just still in uniform.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. And he's just like, got your ass. And then everyone in LA hated him. He would be the biggest.
He dies.
LA. Yeah, he'd be LA's number one enemy. Yeah. Dude, this is insane. I mean, dude, Mavs fans are like outside the stadium. I mean, this is like a catastrophic event.
I saw a funeral for it. Like
this is a catastrophic event. They said JFK getting killed in Dallas is less brutal than this, and I agree. Yeah, I mean, JFK wasn't even killed. His head just did that.
It was also in Arlington, I think. So, yeah. But hey, it's Texas.
His head just did that.
It just
imagine if he's just chilling. He's like,
this is not the place to discuss that.
Yeah, you're right. Dude, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna like look back and be like, damn, I wish we talked about this. But let's actually move on to the Spurs trade because I'd say
this just happened.
Yeah, this just happened right when me and Mike and this will come
Jackson
out.
was playing NCAA football.
Yeah, I was playing NCAA. This will probably come out tomorrow. Fuck, man. So, and I would argue that that's more shocking. This has, I'd say as future implications, this is probably a little bit less than, because like obviously like Earth was just moved when Luka got moved, but like the only the person I wouldn't trade 1-for-1 for Luka is Wembanyama, and Wembanyama just got the sidekick and like his sidekick. This is insane. Mike, will you just list off all the details for this?
Yeah, the full details of this trade were De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin to the Spurs. The Kings got actually a very good haul, as we both said. Mm-hmm. Zach LaVine, Sidi Sissoko, 3 firsts, one of those being this year's Charlotte pick, which is very valuable to me.
Great draft this year, by the way.
Good draft class, and that's a high lottery pick.
Yes.
That also is the Spurs 2027 pick and the 2031 Minnesota pick.
Yeah.
And then 3 seconds. I really don't care about this.
Yeah.
And then the Bulls get Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own pick from San Antonio back, which that's not really a good return for the Bulls. But I feel like at this point they were just trying to get rid of LaVine.
Yeah.
So for the Kings, awesome pick.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Kings first, because I think the team that won this trade in theory right now is the Spurs. But like let's talk about the Kings. Great trade. I did not see them getting. I mean, okay, the other first I don't love. I don't think the 2027 Spurs is a good one, and I don't think you can't think that far in the future. But I don't think the Minnesota one will be good. But
who knows? Yeah.
This Charlotte pick, if Charlotte keeps being ass with how good this draft class is, might reset them. Like, say they get a star, like they could get a star this year. Like
they could hit one randomly, like get.
They could get Cooper Flag. Like that's how crazy this shit is. Like they like. if they end up with Cooper Flag after this, I'd be like, this is a 10 out of 10 trade.
I'm trying to check the standings real quick, but yeah, they could end up in like that top, like top 4 maybe.
Yeah.
And that's Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag, VJ Edgecombe maybe, or something like that. Like, dude, those are not.
I mean, that's a great return for Fox.
They have so I think they have the 3rd worst record in the league. 4th. They have the 4th worst record. In the league, so their odds are 4th.
And like even if I'd say that's even still a good say it falls down to like the 10th pick, I'd say you probably close to maximized value just for De'Aaron Fox probably.
For a guy that was not going to stay.
I think it's a great trade. On top of it, getting Levine is awesome too. Like I do think like they're in a weird I don't think they're contending at all. They're doing anything. At best they're a play-in West team or whatever. But like Levine's a good player.
He's very underrated right now.
You still have you can still win. You fucking asshole. You can still win. You still win basketball games. Like all this shit. Like it's I think that was a great return. You got a player and Levine. I wouldn't get out of the Levine business right away.
And he's fun. Yeah,
he's a good player. I mean, I would say not that I don't think this is the team for him.
Yeah.
I was thinking, if he went to the Bucks, I'd be like, dude, the Bucks are here.
Yeah, like Golden State was like the one that made the most sense to me because they were also in talks with him and Vooch. They were trying to get both, and that would have made the most sense to me because the Kings again, they're not really in a win situation.
It's so funny. They're the Bulls, but instead of Vooch, they have Sabonis, which is definitely an upgrade.
Better.
Yeah, but this is hilarious. But no, I think Sabonis is obviously really good, fucking amazing. De'Aaron Fox wasn't going to stay. Levine's a scorer, but also a sneaky efficient scorer. He's not what he used to be. Younger Levine, I'm not even entertaining this, but this is he's sneaky efficient, and then you have DeRozan, which you never know.
And Levine is only 29. He's not that old.
This is and then also you got that pick, and and then you have 2 other picks, and who knows? Disaster could strike, and those picks are ridiculous.
Yes.
Or those could be trade chips. Say this Charlotte pick, you get a player and then all of a sudden those are trade chips. You're oh, we have these, we can get him stars or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Him or her, sorry, stars. But or they. I mean, fuck this. So as far as the Kings go, I'd say thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm with it too. I mean,
I'm not hyper emotional on it because they could just completely miss on this trade.
The thing is the Kings, they were just trying probably just to get something for Fox at this point. The Kings weren't really they're not in a win now mode, but they are, but they're not going to win now. That's the point. So you're kind of just stuck in no man's land where it's play in team, but you're not going to make a deep run against the Thunder.
I still just can't believe the Spurs didn't offer weren't able to offer Castle, Sohan, Paul.
Weren't able. They got away with that. Yeah.
I'm saying the fact that they for Luka, I'm saying. You mean Castle, Sohan, Paul, the whole fucking team, plus this Charlotte pick.
Without Wemby.
All this shit. Yeah.
You just have him and Wemby play 48
Literally,
minutes.
And that team would probably make the play-in. Just 2, if they 2-on-5'd it. Because first of all, Wemby would erase every Luka defensive problem. Every Luka could be a traffic cone.
It could be basically is.
It could be Luka, Wemby, and a G League team, and they would win. That's insane.
That's not wrong.
That is not wrong. It'd be Mac McClung, Luka, and
Bronny.
Bronny.
I don't know, man. It's just wild.
Man, this is crazy. Anyway, I do want to. Let's talk about the Bulls aspect. Just as far as
not a strong return.
Not a strong return, but also so this is is this them finally being we're done?
I think so.
After years, I do have Kobe White who can win you games.
I do think Vooch is definitely on the way out. I don't know where he goes.
Yeah, if he's not, then I quit on the Bulls. I'm I don't get it. I have no idea.
I don't get it either. Because I don't understand why they held on to both of these guys so long. This team hasn't been good for fucking forever, and they keep making the play on accident.
Yeah.
And you don't want to keep doing that because you're just it makes us look successful, but at the same time, you're just setting yourself
also
backwards.
One thing, I think this is a horrible return, actually, because, honestly, do you know what I would have done? I think Levine would probably play himself to even better standing next year. I would have held on him. They did not sell high.
No, they didn't.
If this is a stock, I feel like they, jumped the gun way too far. I would have held on to him for another year if this is the return I'm getting, I would have held on to him for another year. Deadass.
Yeah, I don't, I guess like money wise, this probably helped the deal actually go like this whole thing go through. But at the same time, like Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Huerter, really,
Yeah.
like those are tank moves.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey Jones is like okay, he's young, but
he's not going to be on the Bulls. He was okay because he played with Wemby.
Yeah, I mean like Zach Collins is a solid backup center.
Yeah,
but he's not going to start.
I mean, this is crazy, and also that Zach Collins contract was a disaster for the Spurs.
It's not good.
The Spurs just like they got De'Aaron Fox and they got to offload Zach Collins.
Yeah, and the Kings just got rid of Kevin Huerter for nothing too. For LaVine. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
This is insane. Like, I just on the Bulls and that's pretty bad. I'd say that's pretty bad.
Some big.
They're very lucky that the Mavs are looking as bad as they are.
Yeah, this kind of covers them up a little bit.
Yeah, like just because like this would have been the laughing stock of the trade deadline. The Bulls doing this.
Yeah, until the Heat get like one fucking player for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not looking good.
We'll hit a little bit of Jimmy Butler news before we go as well. But also, one thing I want to say. Do you have any thoughts on like the Jazz aspect of the Luka trade, or was it the Clipper? They
made 2 trades.
Yeah,
but they got Jalen Hood-Schifino out of that.
Mm-hmm, yep, huge.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think isn't his contract expiring?
I have no idea.
Like, doesn't move me whatsoever. Yeah. Like it's just like, yeah, you got. I mean, who knows? He might elevate into a fucking good player. Yes, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And I mean, I think that was really they were only in that just to be able to make the money. Yeah, probably that's about it. And then
get a couple seconds for a couple bucks. Like that's really like it.
They literally just got seconds just to take on his expiring contract.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So
which is like I guess kind of thumbs up. I guess
that's a tank move. Yeah. It's a W for them. I guess.
So wait, so you mean the Jazz were in on this? They heard about this and they weren't like, "We'll offer you everything." The Jazz couldn't get a better offer together.
No, you would think the Jazz were gonna be able to put a fucking offer in for Luka.
Man, I know that they weren't, but so you mean the Jazz heard about this and they weren't like, hey, I know that you're talking to the Mavs right now, but do you want 100 picks, Markkanen, Walker Kessler? Do you want everyone? Like, we'll give you everything.
It doesn't help. It doesn't save anything.
And I'd see like the Mavs probably say no, but like,
was also like for the Jazz, like what's that gonna do? Like, yeah, you have
Luka. What do you mean? No, I refuse to.
Listen, no, you've got Luka, and then you've got who? Dude. Who's on that team? Keontae George.
Yeah, Luka would elevate Keontae George. He's a developmental player. Luka, Shea, Wemby, Jokic. That's it. Those are the dudes that are like, you are contending if you have one of them. That's true. You are contending. As we saw last year with Luka taking, and I know that's a good Mavs team, but like they just went to the finals. They weren't expected to go to the finals. Yeah. Like, dude, Wemby already is just like the Spurs were horrible last year. Heading into this year, I thought they were horrible. Now they are like in contention. They're potential contenders. Like, I completely disagree that like. I think Luka's one of those you move anything to get him, and you get Luka and figure it out later. That's the thing.
It's just tough to watch. Like they're 11-36. It's hard to like.
You get Luka and you fucking figure it out later. Like that's
him,
just
John Collins, Keontae George, and
man,
fuck knows who.
I would have.
Talen Horton-Tucker. That's the starting line.
Would you rather have Cooper Flag or Luka?
Luka.
So then there we go. Like I feel like that's what they're like mortgaging.
Yeah, but you're giving up more to get Luka.
Yeah,
than you are to get.
I still would do it. I still would do it in a heartbeat. I'm still just blown away. I'm just
trying to trade fucking Luka to the Jazz. Here we go.
Utah Luka would have been special, but okay.
He would have been.
Let's finally.
He would have been aggressively racist.
Yeah. Let's finally talk about the Spurs. Holy shit. So, okay, big picture, this is huge. I think, so Wembanyama has his running mate for the next 7 years, probably, if I had to guess.
If he extends, yeah. Which he probably will.
Wait, I think he would. He wanted to be in Texas. Like, that was, like, his big thing.
He wanted to play for the Spurs specifically.
So he's going to extend. I mean, this is, they fit great together, first of all, because Wembanyama, great defense. The one thing about Fox was like he's a great defender. Like before, like everything, like like before when we thought he wasn't going to develop, we were released like he's a really good defender. Like this Spurs defense is ridiculous.
Even
dude.
for like how he's not huge, like he's definitely like a good defender for his size. Like Chris Paul, same thing.
Wembanyama did not need a defensive guard. Wembanyama.
Sorry.
Wemby and Foxy. Wembanyama did not need a defensive guard. Now he has 2 of them. And Sohan too. This Spurs defense, like, bro, we might like in like 4 years, we might be like, dude, like, the Spurs hold the teams average 32 points per game against the fucking. This is like Spurs.
The kind of what they based their championships off of.
Yeah,
you had your big, your big name player
times 4, in my opinion.
We'll see. I understand the potential. I do think he could be. He definitely could be better than Tim Duncan. But at the point right now, I'm not jumping to conclusions.
Standing here, I said I would say yes, but
I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. But what I'm saying is like you have your big name. He's also foreign, which is funny. Like they kind of they base their shit off foreign players. But like same coach.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tim Duncan's not foreign.
Yes, he is.
Tim Duncan is not foreign. He's U.S. He's from the United States of America.
Jackson, I'm fact checking you right now because I know damn well you're wrong. He's from the Virgin Islands.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that.
I knew that just because of the fact that that whole team is pretty much foreign.
Okay.
Him, Manu.
You get it.
Patty Mills and shit like that. I'm just saying.
You get it.
But yeah, like
bro,
it's kind of.
We get it, bro. Okay. That's fine.
But no, it's kind of like the same team. Like you think about it, like you have your big. That's your big name player, and then you've got solid guard play out of both the shooting and point guard positions now. You do have Sohan, which I mean, like, is kind of, I don't know how to explain him because he's a little different from like anyone they ever had, but like it's definitely the way they like to run their team, and it's worked. So I mean, I don't know how to hate it,
Yeah.
And they didn't really give up like a crazy haul. You can like you said that 2025 Charlotte pick could be Cooper Flag. Who knows? But at the same time, like,
that's the only way we like look back hindsight. I'm like, damn, the Spurs could have gone on a run, like a real run. But
but like you got De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. That he probably fits better with Wemby anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, you take that shot probably 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not like it's just...
It's not something I would even think about.
Still. Think twice about it. No,
I think, I mean, so first of all, just the implications of this year, it changes everything. Because, like, I would be surprised, but also, like, I wouldn't be, like, broken if I found out the Spurs made it to the finals this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, like... Yeah. And obviously, like, they still have, like, some team building to do, but, like...
And they're young, so it's hard to, like...
Yeah, they're young, but, like, man, dude, like, this is, like... I mean, as soon as next year, we start talking.
Who knows?
Which you want to get Wembanyama his playoff losses now anyway. So like now they're gonna go to the playoffs. Like I would guarantee that they're gonna go to the playoffs, and they'll probably lose early.
Which is exactly what happened to Braun.
Or best case scenario, they get feisty. They upset a team, and then I just don't see them making the finals probably. But you want him to get this experience. You want the playoff losses as soon as possible. Yeah, just because they had to happen with Ant or whatever, and they have to happen with everyone.
Yeah, like lights a fire under your star players a little bit. Like this happened with LeBron when he started his career.
Yeah,
he was with that terrible fucking Cavs team.
Yeah,
and just went to the finals early on, didn't
he? Yeah, again, lost to the Spurs.
Yeah, like he
swept, I think.
Yeah, like
maybe he got one. I think he got swept though.
Either way, he lost. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like it ends up, which is funny how that like gets put against him. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, a fucking the third year player brought a team to the finals.
Yeah.
Oh, you suck.
It was Larry Hughes. I think Larry Hughes was the second best player, probably.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Oh yeah. Hey, dog.
He was good.
He was good,
but not that good.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean though? Like it's just early on these things happen to like players like that. Like you said, Ant. Like I said, LeBron, like these happen and they need to happen, so it elevates them to like, I want to fucking kill everyone pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, 10. I'd say 10 out of 10 move for the Spurs, 9 out of 10 move for the Kings, 0 out of 10 move for the Bulls, in my opinion.
1 out of 10 just because you got bad players for LaVine.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
They're not contending for anything, so I guess it's just a whatever move for them. Like, I feel like they should have got more, but at the same time, like
they just should have reset a long time ago. This is what like
this trade has been in the works for 2 years and it just hasn't fucking.
Yeah, this is worst case.
Do you know
what this almost reminds me of? And this is like such a homer take of when like the Pacers waited forever to trade Buddy Hield, and then they got like a bag of chips for him. Like this is insane.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird to think like. It's kind of not. It doesn't help when you're waiting so long to trade a guy that's like not. He's good. He's not like an all-star level player anymore, or I don't know if he ever made an all-star team. But like you have guys like KD, Jimmy Butler, those guys that come on the market, and you're like, okay, you're gonna get something good probably regardless of if it's just draft picks or if it's a star or like somewhat competent players.
Yeah.
The Bulls, you waited too long. He's now almost 30, and you're not going to get much for him, especially because he's close to his contract expiring. Like,
how pissed are you if you're a team that was holding on to the? I know this is like a complete. This just dawned on me. I know I wanted to bring stuff up back. Oh, you got your shit. How pissed are you if you're like a team that was holding on to one of those future Lakers picks, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be nice, and then you're just like, fuck, this is 26. Nice.
I'd trade it.
But you're still selling low, dude. Those were the most valuable picks for, like it was like that and like the Suns picks. Everyone's like, "Ooh, these are gonna be nice," and now it's over. It's over with the Lakers picks.
Yep, which the Rockets have the Suns picks. Yeah, we have the Suns picks, and we have.
Okay, so they get Luka. Imagine the Suns get Shea. I mean, that's like what the equivalent would be.
Yeah,
this is insane.
Fucking weird. This is a weird timeline we're in right now.
We live in a weird time.
There's just planes crashing everywhere, and Luka got traded.
This is insane. Michael, I mean, okay, so Spurs contenders. Not this year.
Mid-level contenders, maybe.
Yeah, next year probably. This could
be a surprise team.
They sped up everything. I think next year, like depending on what they do in the offseason, like they're
which having Wemby will definitely attract free agents for sure.
Yeah, like I just think this is like this is happening now.
Especially seeing him.
You know what's so weird? I'm getting texts from like 3 days ago.
That happens to me with that thing. Yeah, I know.
Weird.
Except I haven't opened my laptop in like 2 years.
This is a 2019.
I have a 2020. Oh no. Fuck. It's a 2019 actually.
What? I mean, anything else, Mike? Oh, let's just talk about the Jimmy Butler shit real quick. He said he's not going to re-sign with the Warriors
if he got traded.
So like, dude, he's like the only one that wanted to get traded is not getting traded now.
Because he's being a
this is insane. This is insane. Like, he's probably not gonna get traded. Like, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, if the Heat, I just don't see Pat Riley doing this, but at the same time, who fucking knows? Like, I think unless the Heat were just like fucking take him at this point, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally like, I don't know what the time is for the trade deadline, like 3:59. You know, it's like, all right, fucking take him. It's the Suns or whatever. Like,
I mean, I remember weeks ago you and me were talking about like what I would give up if I was the Warriors, and I said like a decent amount for Jimmy Butler because I was like, you need to move now. He just ruined it. Like,
well, yeah, you can't trade for him.
Yeah, like so, like okay, man, yeah, that's insane.
Because like you would maybe do that if you know he's extending, but he just said he wasn't. So like,
why doesn't he want to go to the Warriors? And first of all, if they were willing to, and I get it because the future's like somewhat bleak, but like the Suns' future's bleak as well. Like,
yeah, but I think the Suns now.
He's like, we can win the final, but like,
yeah, their now is less bleak. Dude, that's the problem.
Yeah,
the Warriors, like they're experimenting. They're like in between a rebuild and a try to win with Steph thing, and it's like kind of just like a weird.
I'm very glad my favorite team's in the East. Because this is such a logjam from now and the future, too.
The West is very fucking weird. Like, this is my first, like, ever since, like, 2018, this is the first year of basketball that I've just been, like, locked in every fucking day.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, the West is a headache.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's so close. Like, from, like, 1 to 6. There's like not much.
And you know what's crazy? Like
Thunder have a little bit of a cushion, but
we haven't like, dude, the Grizzlies just keep winning games and we haven't even really talked about them. Like they're just like they won tonight again. Like they just keep winning games and like no one's even talking, which is probably good, you know. With the more we talk about Ja Morant teams, I feel like Jaren Jackson Jr. is ascending to like a level of like
he hit like 7 threes today.
Yeah, like he's ascending to like an insane fucking level, and like it's not even something like we're giving the time of day right now, just of how crazy everything is.
They just took the fucking 2 seed.
The Grizzlies did?
Well, they have one more game played. But yeah.
Oh. Yeah, see, I mean, like, that's just, like, we're just not even talking about them.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about their future, which is, like, bright as well. Like, Ja's young, Jaren Jackson's young, Desmond's young. Like, it's like, this is insane. And
Gigi's 20.
Yeah, Gigi's 20. Wells is a rookie. And, like they
Edie's a rookie.
Yeah, they could be here forever, and, like, still it's just, like, I don't know, the Spurs are coming, and like, oh, the Rockets are coming, oh, the Thunder are coming. Like
it's weird because it's
a lot of win now teams and win later teams. That's the West,
and some of them are win now and later.
Yeah,
like win the Thunder and the I'm not gonna say this.
No, that's what I meant. Like they're win now and later. The East is really just like it's mainly win now teams.
Like the Celtics are win now. The
Cavs
are a little more win later.
Yeah. Celtics are win now. The Knicks are probably win now.
They got some of those guys locked up though.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? The Knicks are win now and later.
But it's just like,
and I'd say that feels like about it as far as win now and later.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like you could say that with the Lakers, but they're not like there.
They're not really top. Win now. I'd say
they're just.
But with Luka, anything's possible. That's you know what? Let's end the pod here. I cannot believe the Lakers got Luka Doncic.